Hello everyone and welcome to this week's vlog. I'm in the house because this painting's got my attention. I will explain more. I was clearing out the fire and looking at that painting and thinking it needs something. I've lived with it for a long time and I feel like I want to add something. So using the colour wheel, I think a lot of it is yellow-green and the complementary came up with red-violet. So also I think it was these. I've got these fantastic faux flowers that I moved. I had them down on the hearth and I had to get them out of the way. And I think subconsciously that's what also triggered it. Also, this morning, the amazing colour wheel. I really underestimate this, the fantastic confidence that gives you. I was thinking about this jumper in turquoise, and I know that the opposite of turquoise or blue is orange. So if I go on the wheel, woof, and I mean, it's coming up as a bit of a blue-green, and the opposite is a red-orange. And the mix, if you remember, we mixed the complementaries. So when we mixed the blue with the orange, we got this. We got this, where are we? We got something of that, the toffee colour. So I felt quite excited this morning and thought if I go out, I only need to take that and I have, I'm all colour mixed, and that's so easy. Feeling confident that these colours go together, and you wouldn't necessarily. My instinct with this jumper is not to put those two with it, but it works really, really well. So I'm up on a high with that. It's just when you're not sure, or if you're just bored and in a bit of a rut. I normally just stick on a grey scarf with this jumper, and this morning I thought, oh, it's so boring. What shall I do? And the colour wheel helped me out there. Right, now I need to get up to the cabin this morning, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll find out when I get there. Well, I found myself going down a coat of paint on another canvas. This is a slim-edged canvas, and haven't wallpaper printed for a while, so took a roller, the smaller gel plate, and some black, Mars black on there, on that wallpaper panel, and then pressed in when the white is still semi-wet. I would have liked it to be a bit stronger, but that's what I've got. And my thinking is I've got this on paper and I might try and just recreate that, something of it. That's my front runner at the moment. Something of that on this canvas. So I like the red, I like the idea of the red, and we'll see. That might not stay, some of it might stay, I don't know. I have got some paint left here. I'll just put what's left on my roller very haphazardly. I just want to not waste that bit of paint. I'm just going to put that on there. What's that then? Not Mars black, sorry, it was carbon. It's a golden carbon black. Okay, so while that's in front of me and behind is drying, I'm inclined to get some paint on here, but I'll just have that, I can peg that up somewhere. And I can peg that up somewhere because my jumbo clips arrived. These were on Amazon. 2 boxes of 5 arrived. So what's happening here is the black is picking up with the red. This is just a primary red and giving me this lovely mix. So the black with the red gives me the shade. That's the shade on the colour wheel. If I add in a bit of white to that primary, it's going to give me a tint. So, tint, that's the tint. It's up there. The tone is when you add your grey. Not a true tint because the black is interfering, because I'm too impatient to let it dry. We're very rough. That's such a nice colour. I don't want to waste that. Still really should wait. Morning everyone. I've been thinking about chairs in the garden, figures in the garden, figures in chairs in the garden, and I've printed off a couple of things. This is a National Trust beautiful garden at Hidcote, and a chair, a bit of a Lloyd Loom wickery chair. So I'm going to play with those as well as do something here. Now that's nice and bone dry, I might get the correct tint, the correct tone and the correct tint tone. Oh my god, I've just seen I left all my brushes out again. Oh, tint tone just won't come. I better keep drinking the coffee. I've been on Instagram, I saw something that said if you put I've been grinding some organic coffee and it's delicious. If you put your coffee in with some organic cacao, that is really good for you. So I had a little go, and then I was talking to Lauren yesterday and she just laughed and said, that's a mocha. I'm not up with what everything's called at all, and I avoided caffeine, too much caffeine. It's just addictive, but it's creeping back in. Anyway, I digress because the brain won't bring me what I'm trying to, the word. So the harder I try and find a word, the more it just escapes me. And I know it's something really simple and I'll just look a complete idiot. Tracing paper, brushes, and find out the word when you put black into paint. Shade. It came to me just as I got to the house. What a relief. And I couldn't find my colour wheel anywhere, so I feel so much better now. The brain's working a bit. I've got my casing paper here for here, but also something to really make you laugh. I was looking at the weekend through Joan Erdley, and there's a figure. Her figures are fantastic. She's got the Mixer Men. It's oil on canvas, 1944, and I absolutely adore. I'll take a photograph and drop it in. This lovely figure in his dungarees, the everyday, she just caught the street life beautifully. Anyway, I really like Mixer Men, that Mixer Man in particular, and I thought, can I borrow Mixer Man the way I'd like to borrow Peter Doig's figure? And so I just drew a little version. It's all very muddy at the moment, so I need to tune everything in. So I thought I'll just put him in a garden. That's what I've been playing around with in the house over the weekend. And that has obviously prompted a bit more on the chair in the garden and the figure. But everything just seems to flow. Okay, one apron, and if I join those together, it'll give me a chance. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'll just outline and just drop in, I think, some blue here. I have to say, I love it in the comments. Some of you tell me about the weather where you are. And I love imagining where you all are. So I will now cut that on the back, because then I will get the print side the right way round. I've done this before and gaily cut the wrong side. And yeah, that's right. And so oh yes, I'll use that same piece. Okay, having gone to the bother, I think I prefer the print on the ground. So I've just gone in, I've got a bit of a mix here, and I'm taking it out, and I think I like it better. So I also found the colour wheel, and I was thinking about mixing the red and the blue to get the purple, but I don't care for that either. I do think I want to keep this an exercise in tints, tones and shades of red. So early days, experimenting, having a play. You don't know what you might like if you don't try it out. The cushion's very wild at the moment, but we'll get to that. I'm thinking about that garden chair there. I'll use this paint that I've got on the palette just to have a practice. I've got some crazy bluegrass going on here at the moment that I quite like. I'll keep it for now. you couldn't resist starting to get the flowers in before the chair's even finished. But I've just blocked out with this green, which will just be the backdrop. And I think I'll have tall willowy plants here. I hadn't initially thought the chair would be this big, but I'm not there with it yet, but I can keep adapting and playing until I can get it right. I haven't done any more here. I've worked a little bit on that cushion, and I really like what I'm liking at the moment. I'm liking something of this pastel muty effect. What I think I might do is use these and go in the sketchbook or on some A3 sheets, just develop the idea. Again, the chair in the garden. I've done it before. I'll see if I can find that chair. It went. I've got a feeling it was in the garden with something on the seat. But this feels very different. This feels very different. It's really exciting to see. It's really exciting to see a different colour palette. Gosh, it is so one of those days today. I'm all out of sync because the clocks have changed. So we gained an hour, but I'm not in sync yet. I've been having a little tidy this morning and moving things around. I don't know if I've shown you that one. It's all framed. These are, yes, some fresh frames. I think that's what prompted it. Try to keep things in this end nice and clean and out of harm's way. I had a little go. That's where I am with the garden chair. So I've just started to pull in some florals. This is a bit harsh to my eye, so I'll work on that. But it's nice. I'm enjoying bringing the garden into it. And last night, this is very sketchy. I just started to try and think about, play around with the chair in the garden. So I'll do a few more of those because I think it does help. And when I came in this morning, yeah, that just feels too harsh. This will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is number 8 startup. I haven't got one finished chair. I've got 8. So I want 2 more because I do want to reach 10, and then they will just hang and I can just work on whichever one takes my fancy. So I'm getting there. Just a little bit more here. I do love things, and then the next day I come in and I think, oh, do I love it as much as I did yesterday? No. I put white into phthalo turquoise to give me a tint. So more depth of phthalo turquoise on the outer edge. I don't know where I'm going next, so I'll leave it at that today. Hi everyone. I'm beginning now, but I'm getting to the point now where I'm on chair overload, but I've got to get to number 10. I'm cheating a bit. I've gone smaller and I started up another little garden scene there. I've got a board for number 10, and I went back through, and if you've been following, I've approached chairs before, and I haven't got them all printed up, but I did start preparing a series of 5 chair cards And I've got that somewhere in a sketchbook, but I started looking and I couldn't find it this morning. And what with the hair and one thing and another, I just thought, I'm never going to get in here. That will do. So. I'm going to end it here this week. I've muddied up a bit on the garden chair, but I can rectify that, so I will be able to come back in. I might have overdone the flowers here, so again, I might have to come back into that. I've started up this board, so a beginning, I've got a beginning on there, and I did a tiny bit on this smallest board. But I challenged myself to get 10 started, and I've got 10 started. It doesn't matter that nothing's finished. It just is great that I thought I'd try, and I've given it a go, and I've got 10 down to work with. They might not all get finished, but even if only one gets finished, I have had the best time with the chairs. I've kind of got another phase of chair, needing to paint a chair. I've got that out of my system, and that puts me in a really good place to move down and see what's going to come on the wall next. I don't know in my mind what I fancy painting next, but it will come to me. I won't be seeing my chairs for a bit. I'm away next week, and that will probably be a good thing, to not see them and then come in with fresh eyes. So I will see you with a vlog in 2 weeks' time. Have a great fortnight, everyone. Be creative and be well, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.